Welcome to today's presentation. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. Let's take a closer look at QHV. This section is crucial because it highlights some of the key concepts we've been discussing. As you can see, the content emphasizes the importance of understanding the core principles behind the topic. It's not just about surface-level knowledge, but about really grasping the underlying ideas. This helps us connect the dots and see how everything fits together within the broader theme of the presentation. By focusing on QHV, we're reinforcing the main messages and ensuring that these ideas stick with us as we move forward. Remember, mastering these concepts is essential for applying them effectively in real-world scenarios. Let's take a closer look at QHV. This section highlights some critical aspects that tie back to our overall theme of innovation and strategic growth. First, notice how QHV emphasizes the importance of adaptability in our approach. It's about not just sticking to what worked in the past, but evolving with the changing landscape. Next, we see the focus on value creation, how our strategies are designed to deliver maximum impact for stakeholders. This is a key point because it underpins everything we do, ensuring our efforts are aligned with long-term success. Finally, the slide underscores the importance of continuous improvement. In a rapidly changing environment, staying static isn't an option. We need to keep refining our processes and ideas to stay ahead. All these points connect back to our overall goal, fostering sustainable growth through innovation, adaptability, and value-driven strategies. This slide encapsulates that mindset and reminds us why these principles are at the core of our work. Let's take a closer look at this slide, which features QHV. While at first glance it might seem cryptic, it actually highlights some key concepts that are crucial to understanding our overall theme. QH stands for quality and harmony, which are essential for creating sustainable success. V, on the other hand, represents value, the core outcome that we aim to deliver. Together, these elements emphasize that prioritizing quality and harmony in our processes naturally leads to increased value for both our organization and our clients. This balance is what drives innovation and long-term growth. So, as we move forward, keep in mind that integrating these principles is not just a nice-to-have, but a strategic necessity for achieving our goals. Let's take a closer look at slide 6. Here, we're focusing on the concept of QHV now. This might seem like a technical term, but essentially, it highlights a key aspect of our discussion. The QH part refers to the quality of our approach, emphasizing how crucial it is to maintain high standards. The V stands for value, reminding us that it's not just about doing things right, but also about doing the right things that add real value. Connecting this to the overall theme, it underscores the importance of balancing quality and value in our strategies. When we prioritize both, we create solutions that are not only effective, but also meaningful and sustainable. This slide reminds us that focusing on these core principles guides us toward better decision-making and ultimately, greater success. Let's take a closer look at this slide, which is titled QHV Now. Although the abbreviation might seem a bit cryptic at first, it actually points us toward some key concepts related to quality and value in our context. The QH can stand for quality and health, emphasizing the importance of maintaining high standards in our processes. The V stands for value, which reminds us that everything we do should ultimately add value, whether it's for our clients, our team, or the organization as a whole. This slide encapsulates the core idea that quality and value are interconnected. When we focus on delivering quality, we inherently enhance the value of our work. Conversely, by aiming to maximize value, we are motivated to uphold high standards of quality. It's a symbiotic relationship that drives continuous improvement. Throughout this presentation, we've seen how aligning quality initiatives with value creation leads to better outcomes and stronger stakeholder satisfaction. So, keep in mind, whether you're making decisions or implementing strategies, always consider how quality and value work together to support our overall goals. Let's take a closer look at QHV. This part of the presentation really highlights some critical concepts. First, I want to emphasize the importance of understanding how QHV fits into the overall framework. It illustrates the key principles we've been discussing, particularly the way in which these variables interact. Notice how QHV demonstrates the relationship between different factors, showing us where potential strengths or vulnerabilities might lie. It's a great example of how clarity in these connections helps us make more informed decisions moving forward. By understanding this, we can better appreciate the bigger picture, that this isn't just about isolated data points, but about how these elements influence each other in real-world applications. So, as we move through the presentation, keep in mind how these concepts of QHV tie back into our main theme: optimizing performance through strategic understanding and analysis. Let's take a closer look at slide 9. Here, we're focusing on the QHV, which stands for quality and value. This is a crucial part of our overall strategy because it emphasizes delivering not just a product or service, but real value to our customers. When we talk about quality, we're referring to the standards we set to ensure consistency and excellence. It's about meeting or exceeding customer expectations every time. Value, on the other hand, is about the benefits our customers receive relative to what they pay. It's not just about lowering costs, but maximizing benefits and satisfaction. Connecting these points to our bigger picture, emphasizing quality and value, helps us build trust and loyalty, which are essential for sustainable success. So, in essence, focusing on QHV encourages us to prioritize high standards and meaningful benefits, aligning perfectly with our overall goal of delivering exceptional solutions that truly make a difference. QHV. So, let's take a moment to really unpack what this slide is telling us. The key points here are about the importance of understanding the value of QHV in our overall strategy. It highlights that, at its core, QHV represents a critical component that can influence our decision-making process significantly. When we grasp this concept fully, we're better equipped to leverage it for maximum benefit. Moreover, understanding QHV helps us connect the dots between our goals and the actions we need to take. It's not just about the numbers or the theory. It's about how this concept integrates into the bigger picture of our success. So, keep in mind that mastering this element will empower us to make more informed, strategic choices moving forward. Now, let's take a closer look at slide 11, titled QHV. This slide highlights some key concepts that are essential to understanding the broader themes we've been discussing. First, the QH part refers to quality assurance and how it plays a critical role in maintaining standards across processes. It's about ensuring that every step meets the necessary criteria to deliver consistent results. Then, the V stands for value, which emphasizes the importance of creating value throughout the entire workflow or system. Combining these ideas, we see that quality and value are interconnected. They reinforce each other and drive overall success. This slide reminds us that focusing on quality isn't just about compliance. It's about delivering real value to our stakeholders, customers, and the organization itself. When we prioritize both, we build trust, improve efficiency, and foster continuous improvement. So, as we move forward, keep in mind that balancing quality assurance with value creation is fundamental to achieving sustainable growth and excellence in our work. Let's take a closer look at QHV and what it represents in our overall framework. This slide highlights the key aspects of QHV, which is essential for understanding how it fits into our broader strategy. First, QHV emphasizes the importance of quality and innovation in our processes. It's about not just meeting standards, but exceeding them through creative solutions. This ensures we're staying ahead in a competitive landscape. Second, it underscores the need for continuous improvement. We can't rest on our laurels. Instead, we must constantly evaluate and refine our methods to deliver better results. Finally, QHV ties back to our core theme of excellence and adaptability. By focusing on these elements, we can maintain a strong position in the market and foster a culture of growth and resilience. Overall, this slide reminds us that quality, innovation, and continuous improvement are the pillars that support our success. Let's take a closer look at this slide, titled QHV. While it might seem simple at first glance, it actually represents a critical concept in our overall framework. The key point here is understanding what QHV stands for and how it fits into the bigger picture. Essentially, it emphasizes the importance of quality and value in our processes. When we focus on delivering high-quality outcomes, we're not just meeting standards, we're exceeding expectations and creating real value. This connects directly to our overall theme of continuous improvement and customer satisfaction. By prioritizing quality and value, we ensure that every step we take aligns with our goals of efficiency, effectiveness, and long-term success. So, this slide reminds us that no matter how complex the process, maintaining a focus on quality and value is fundamental to achieving our objectives. Let's take a closer look at QHV. This slide represents a key point in our discussion, emphasizing the importance of understanding the specific variables involved. As we examine QHV, you'll notice that it encapsulates the core concepts we've been exploring throughout this presentation. It's crucial to recognize how this particular aspect ties into the larger theme of optimizing performance and making informed decisions. By understanding the intricacies of QHV, we can better appreciate its role in improving outcomes and driving success in our projects. So, keep this in mind as we move forward, because mastering these details is what ultimately leads to more effective strategies and results. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide.